Alright, in this video clip I'm going to show you how to apply interfacing to fabric. The type of interfacing that I'm going to use today is fusible interfacing, which means it will fuse onto the fabric when you apply heat from the iron. There's also sew-on interfacing, which you can sew on your sewing machine. However, today I'm going to show you how to use fusible interfacing. So, a couple of reasons why you should use interfacing. Interfacing stabilizes fabric, so if you want your fabric stiffer, you should use it, or if you want it stronger. In this case, I'm going to put, after I put the fusible interfacing on this fabric, I'm going to put a grommet through the fabric, and a grommet actually means that you have to punch a hole through the fabric. So you want the fabric really strong before you go and punch the hole. So it's going to stabilize the fabric. So looking at your fabric, I'm just going to press my piece flat here. And you always apply interfacing to the wrong side of fabric, so the wrong side is the side that will be on the inside. When you feel the fusing, if you're using fusible interfacing, there's a rough side and a smooth side. The rough side is the side with the glue, so you want to match the rough side to the wrong side of your fabric. And then I always like to use a press cloth, and if you put the press cloth over top, then that will protect your iron. If you accidentally flip your fusing so that the rough side is up and you go and you apply the iron onto the fusing, then you may end up applying the fusing directly to the iron, which means then you have to clean your iron. If you put the rough side down and the press cloth on top, you can protect your iron. Sometimes mistakes like this happen where the fusing actually ends up on the press cloth. And if that happens, it's not a big deal. It's better to end up on here than on your actual iron. So I'm going to put the press cloth down. If you don't have a press cloth at home, any kind of thin cotton fabric will work. And then I'm just going to apply heat. Now in this case, I'm using a cotton fabric, so the heat on my iron is very high at number 6. I'm going to apply a little bit of pressure, holding it down for a few seconds. Peel back the press cloth and check to make sure. So you can see the edges are coming up just slightly there. If your edges are still coming up, put the press cloth back down and apply a little bit more heat. This is a really small piece that I'm doing. If you were doing a larger piece, you could move the iron across your work, pressing like this. Be careful not to iron like that if you have a large piece, because then the piece may move underneath the press cloth. So this seems a lot better. You know you have successfully applied fusing when it's no longer peeling off. And that's how